What's going on, YouTuber? This your boy G coming back to you from the 432, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the second part of the fourth and final trailer to the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie that was dropped not too long ago. And even though it was only 15 seconds long, it contained so much more information that I'd like to go over frame per frame, because there's one, if not a couple, that really spoke to me as a long-time Dragon Ball fan, everybody. I'm so excited. This movie is set to be released on June 11th, 2022, so that's plenty of time to get ready for what will be the ending of the Dragon Ball Super series. And you're probably asking yourself, what the heck is this guy talking about? But I've said this before in previous videos that this movie is taking place during the 9th year of the 10-year time skip in Dragon Ball Z, both anime and in the manga. Meaning we are getting closer and closer to meeting Oob again at the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament, where Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball story officially ended, ladies and gentlemen. The link to this new trailer will be down below if you want to check it out, because really quick, if you haven't seen the franchise, go ahead and stop or keep watching, because there will be spoilers in this information. So once again, this movie is taking place during the 9th year of the 10-year time skip of Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball Z storyline, both anime and manga. This movie will be leading us back to the events of the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament. That's why this movie is such a big deal, everybody. They're trying to make the Super series go out on a high note, especially after memorably filling in the lost decade with unforgettable arcs and movies that were well worth the wait. But now we have reached the ending, folks, and this trailer has frames to prove it, starting with Gohan, who's obviously going to be the main focus in this movie. Now this is the first frame of the trailer, which I get it because this movie is revolving around Gohan. Now everybody thinks that he's going to make a comeback and start training again, so he can start hanging around with the Z fighters, fighting next to them. But I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. I'm sad to say that, but there is hard evidence to show that Gohan will become a full-blown scholar after this movie. Because if you take a look in episode Granddaughter Pan in the anime, and chapter 518 10 years after in the manga, you will literally see and read that Gohan is a scholar at this point in time. I even did a video over a leaked image talking about this exact topic, everybody. The link will be down below if you want to check it out. But that's all for Gohan right now, because I want to move on to the next frame, which contains an amazing shot of Goku. Now this is one of the frames that really spoke to me as a Dragon Ball fan, everybody, because this shot looks very similar to how he looks like in episode Granddaughter Pan, an episode that takes place a year from this movie. Now I'm very curious to what he's looking at or even thinking about in this frame. I'm also wondering how or when he is going to get his blue gi, the one he wore to fight against Oob in the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament. That was my biggest question, everybody, because who doesn't think Goku looks badass in this uniform? He looks great. I want to know where and exactly how he got this uniform, everybody. But moving on to the next frame, where we have the Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta. And what I really love about Vegeta in this movie is that he's wearing his old school gi from the Buu saga, everybody. He looks like a freaking gangster. Look at him. I really like how the art style is really bringing that old school feel back to the characters, everybody. I'm so excited to see everyone in action. But if we move on to the next frame, it completely jumps to the Red Ribbon Army, the main villains of the movie. I'm so excited to see Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and even Magenta get in the mix, because we saw that he was an android in part 1 of the 4th trailer, everybody. This is so exciting. What does Magenta bring to the table? And then we get another familiar shot of Gamma 2 holstering that Kamehameha powered gun, everybody. I can't wait to see them use it. And then once again we get a familiar shot of Piccolo, who I believe is going up against Gamma 2 at this point. And then in the next frame we see Son Goku charging up towards somebody. But who is it, everybody? But what I mainly want to point out in this frame is that it says here that this is an original story, screenplay, and character design by the original creator, Akira Toriyama. So this movie is more than likely going to be canon, which is great because this further confirms that this movie is canon and taking place during the 9th year of the 10-year time skip of Dragon Ball Z in Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball Z storyline in both anime and the manga, everybody. But before I get out of hand, let's move on to the next couple frames where we see what it looks like Goku and Vegeta charging in towards Broly, who officially became canon in the last Dragon Ball Super movie, which was also an original story, screenplay, and character design by Akira Toriyama. So you can't tell me that Superhero is not canon, because it is. This movie is trying to close off the Super series so that we can return back to the ending chapters / episodes of Akira Toriyama's Z storyline. I can't say that enough. But what I can do is keep persuading you to with this next frame of Goten and Trunks. Teen Goten and Trunks at that. And even though they've been completely retconned by Akira Toriyama, they still look very similar to when we first saw them back in the late 90s or early 2000s like myself. They have also been confirmed to be 16 and 17, a year younger from how we first saw them during the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament that once again takes place a year from now after this movie. But then as we move on to the next frames, we see young Pan, who is said to be 3 years old, beating up Red Ribbon Army soldiers. This is so cool, ladies and gentlemen, because this answers a question that I've had for Pan this entire time. Just how far along is she in her martial arts status? Because she has been training with Piccolo, so now we kind of get an idea of just how strong she is. She might even be just as strong as Kid Goku, because this is giving me Red Ribbon Army Saga vibes when Goku went up against the entire army by himself, kicking everyone's ass. So this is very nostalgic, everybody. Cannot wait to see this. And as we move on to the next frame, we get this beautiful shot of Krillin, and I'm so happy that they're keeping him around as a cop, which I thought was the most brilliant idea for Krillin. I'm wondering if he's going to be training Marin, or is 18 going to be training Marin? Cannot wait to see what Krillin has to offer in this movie. It's been a while. It looks like he's doing infiltrate missions or something. I don't know. Maybe into the Red Ribbon Army base to help out Gohan, Piccolo. Cannot wait to see, everybody. Moving on to the next one. Aha, then we get a shot of Android 18, another shot that really spoke to me because I didn't notice this at first, but her hairstyle looks very similar to how she had it during the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament. Very similar. And I'm wondering if they get in trouble, is she going to call Android 17, or is 17 watching Marin? Where is 17 at this point? And where is Marin? Because who is watching Marin? I don't think anybody's asked that question. Where is Marin? Aha, and then we get this shot of Bulma, who appears to look really young in this movie. It's probably the art style, but I'm sad to tell everybody that this will be the last time we see Bulma look this young, because once again, this movie is set a year before episode Granddaughter Pan and chapter 518 titled 10 Years After, and in those episodes / chapters, she looks very much middle-aged. Goku even gives her hell about that. That's why she's trying to perfect beautiful skin in this movie. I did a separate video about this topic. I will be leaving the link down below if you guys want to check it out. It's basically an Easter egg that I put together about Bulma's beautiful skin and this comment that Goku made about her looking middle-aged, as well as a conversation she had with Trunks that further indicated that she is making some sort of product using grass or a flower. Once again, the link will be down below if you want to check it out. But moving on to the next frame where we have Dende, a very teenage looking Dende. Now he looks like the version of Dende that we saw once again at the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament. I really hope we start to get to see more of Dende, Mr. Popo, and the Lookout in general, because I really miss the vibe that the Lookout gave. And they were a very big part of Dragon Ball Z. I don't see why they would put it off, but as we move on to the next frame, we get a great shot of Yajirobe and Karin, two long-time Dragon Ball characters that I'm so happy to see once again. Hopefully we get to see more of them, as well as Mr. Popo and Dende and the Lookout, because it looks like they're in Korin Tower right now. It looks like somebody approached them or is visiting them about maybe sensu beans or possibly a training session. Who knows, everybody? I cannot wait to see. But as we move on to the next frame, we see Majin Buu unsurprisingly asleep. Do they not know what to do with him anymore, or What's going on, everybody? I'm starting to feel bad for Majin Buu. Or maybe it's because they're trying not to overshadow many characters, such as this next character in this next frame, Lord Frieza. Now I'm wondering if this is just a flashback, is somebody telling the story of Frieza, what's going on? And what I'm also digging is the art style. This is taking me back to the Dragon Ball Z art style. He looks very much like the Frieza that fought Goku on planet Namek. Because let's be honest, the Dragon Ball Super series did not have the best art style. We can honestly say that Dragon Ball Z had a better art style, and they should definitely go back to that. But before I get jumped in the comment section down below, let's move on to the next frame where we see Whis, who once again is probably telling somebody to start fighting. But who? Is it Beerus against Broly? Broly against Vegeta? Goku against Beerus once again? Who is it, everybody? Very curious. But in the next frame, we see Lord Beerus, who looks very much happy. So I don't think he's going to be fighting in this movie, especially from what we see in the next frame. We see Limo, who obviously looks like he's serving Beerus. He's probably trying to prove himself after working for the Frieza Force, which I really like because Limo is a pretty cool character. But in the next frame, we see Chila. And in my opinion, I don't necessarily think her and Broly are a thing yet. They might be in the lovey-dovey stage because she kind of looks like she's giving off a nervous, googly-eyed look to somebody. More than likely Broly. Who knows? We will find out what's going on in the movie. And in these next couple frames, we see none other than Ultimate Gohan, or maybe a newer, improved Ultimate Gohan, or maybe another form of Ultimate Gohan, because we see blue lightning going around his aura. Now this should immediately give you Super Saiyan 2 vibes, because when he goes Super Saiyan 2 against Cell, you can see that his aura looks very similar to what we see here in the trailer. So this is more than likely Gohan's new form that everybody's been speculating about. I really dig the fact that it looks like a Super Saiyan 2 ultimate form. It's a great idea. But in these next couple frames, we see none other than Mr. Piccolo in his new and improved form, firing off a special beam cannon blast. But what kind of a special beam cannon blast is this, everybody? Because you can also see blue lightning around it, as well as what it looks like a red flame spiraling around the actual beam. So I'm very curious to see what Piccolo's new form has to offer, as well as the names to all these cool attacks. I can't wait to see what it is. But in these next couple frames, we see what looks like Gamma 2 producing a force field to block Piccolo's special beam cannon, before ending the trailers with the last couple frames of Gamma 1 firing off a couple shots from his ray gun that is said to be as powerful as a Kamehameha blast. Very exciting, folks. I really got a lot off of this trailer, but remember, the movie is set to be released on June 11th, 2022, and will make a North American release in August, everybody, so stay tuned. This movie will be the ultimate ending to the Dragon Ball Super series. I'm going to say that one more time, because I've said this before and I'll say it again. This movie is taking place during the 9th year of the 10-year time skip of Dragon Ball Z, both anime and the manga. It's written all over the walls, folks. This movie will be Gohan's swan song, meaning this will be the last time we see him shine as the actual superhero. Because once again, he becomes a full-blown scholar a year from now after this movie. And in my opinion, everybody is overlooking the real superhero in this movie. The real superhero, in my opinion, is Pan. The new evil will more than likely come out and demolish Gohan. It will prove to be too powerful for Gohan, which will cause Pan to have a rage moment similar to what Gohan had against Raditz that ultimately saved his life. But for now, all we can do is theorize and speculate, everybody. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. And if you're new to this channel, you can hit like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for the next video. Until then, peace, love, and hair grease, my friends. This your boy G. I'm out.